Hello and welcome to the CDO Magazine interview series. I'm Savio Rodrigues with Trianz, and we are partnering with CDO Magazine, MIT CDO IQ, and the International Society of Chief Data Officers in a series of interviews. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Sid Raisoni. He has held roles as Vice President of Analytics at WWE, Head of Analytics at Nestle Waters, and most recently advises several clients on role of data through the lens of digital transformation. Sid plays a key role in enabling data-driven decisions through analytics across the entire value chain of an enterprise. It's so nice to speak with you, Sid, today.
It's a pleasure to be here, Savio. Thank you for having me.
First, I'd like our listeners to hear a little bit more about your career journey. You have worked at companies like WWE, Nestle, and IAC, where you focused on using data to optimize key metrics and outcomes. You have quite the diverse industry experience in the analytics space. Can you talk about the career experiences and influences that led to your current leadership role?
Sure. So while I have a computer science degree and focused on an MBA with statistics as a master's degree, despite having a technical background, I think what's made the biggest difference is having the opportunity to play within the corporate world in a country like America. Mentorship has played a big role in the little success that I've had. And on top of it, applying key philosophies like updating my belief systems on a fairly regular basis have played a fairly significant role in me being able to qualify for these leadership roles. So what that simply means is that my ideas are always under construction and need refinement. And one way to ensure that is to just work with some of the best people and best companies in the world that are constantly trying to improve. And that's led to a series of pretty successful initiatives and projects, which I'm pretty proud to be a part of.
Thank you for sharing that. And when people hear about WWE, a World Wrestling Entertainment, I think it's safe to say that big data analytics is not the first thing that comes to mind. Yet the company was very much a pioneer in using analytics to create a tremendous impact on the business model and revenue streams. Can you tell us more about WWE and how analytics played a key role in convincing leadership to make these organizational changes?
Yeah, sure. So WWE is a fascinating business and has a sophisticated business model with several revenue streams across its span. One of the major sources of income are broadcast revenue. That is, it sells its content as IP to large broadcasters like Fox. And when interacting with Fox, there are several data sources that play a role in ensuring that the content is meeting the quality and the standards that WWE upholds. So, for example, looking at TV ratings, looking at social data to see reactions, and several sources of first, second, and third party research are all taken into account in order to ensure that the storyline and the product itself is delivering the kind of entertainment that WWE is known for. Besides the broadcasting revenue stream, where I was primarily focused was on the direct-to-consumer side. There was a Netflix-like subscription platform known as WWE Network. There was live events business. And finally, there's e-commerce, right? www.shop.com. And all of those businesses generate a tremendous amount of data. When viewers are watching content on a platform, you know a lot about their behavior, who they are, what they watch, when they watch, and how long they watch for. So we were trying to optimize the experiences so that retention and subscriptions were constantly being increased. On e-commerce, there's several use cases, including sophisticated ways to segment users. And on the live event side, we did everything from forecasting to pricing to analyzing ways to improve experiences. So it's a very digitally enabled, data-rich company where we got to lead with several initiatives that helped increase the top line and improve profitability.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Sid. And definitely, such iconic brands and interesting business models dealt with several use cases, including leveraging data from millions of subscribers, as you just, briefly mentioned. Those subscribers produce a wealth of data, which I'm sure, shows some very interesting trends in viewer behavior. So would you mind sharing how a business can use this data to shape its strategy in the short term?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I consider one of my primary roles is to change the way a business deals with data and its mindset and its attitudes and its processes and even the skill sets that are in-house. And the goal is to engineer tremendous amount of value from that data. So the starting point is decomposing an organization's strategic business initiatives into supporting business projects. So what data products need to be created? What are the specific analytic requirements that will all drive that business objective to grow? Essentially, I like to focus on two things and really package it up as a virtuous cycle. The first is of gathering more data and delivering deeper insights about what these clients and end customers need to make their lives and experiences better. And then leveraging those very specific insights to shine light on what we should do next, right, in order to design better experiences. And this virtual cycle defines a smart enterprise, which means that they have to focus on the problem as opposed to the technology. They've got to be demand focused as opposed to supply focused. And they need to build that supply of technology and data very specifically to address problems that they see. Okay. So there are a couple of ways to think about it. The first simply starts with identifying problems that are worth solving. The second piece is to gather this information and these insights in a way that they are accessible to everybody who needs it, right? So this is everything from data management, which enables ingesting and storing, all the way to data engineering, which is responsible for aggregating, preparing, monitoring, normalizing all this data, to then feature engineering and storytelling. Okay, so that piece is needs to be well crafted for sure. Finally, fundamentally, my role is to scale my client's role, and in that capacity, fundamentals play a huge role. I'll give you an example. It's difficult to get people to think about marketing mix models or demand sensing if the business doesn't know how well simply a marketing channel is performing, or if finance and supply chain can't even agree on inventory levels because your definitions of inventory are different amongst those teams. So I think when it comes to strategy, you have to run a sort of parallel long-term initiatives along with short-term initiatives in order to change the very fabric of the business as you try and create these better ways to make decisions and drive profitability.
Thank you so much for your time, Sid. It was really a pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you, Savio. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.